The highly anticipated Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC is around the corner, and promises, in true From Software fashion, to test even the most seasoned players. To give you the best shot at survival, we've hacked, slashed, and cast our way through the lands between to find the right weapons to aid you on your quest to dominate. Welcome, Tarnished, to the ultimate weapon guide for Elden Ring, the Blasphemous Blade. The Blasphemous Blade scales with a strength score of C, a dexterity score of C, and a faith score of B. It's ideal for faith-based builds that heavily invest in faith. It can be acquired by trading the Remembrance of the Blasphemous with Enya at Round Table Hold after defeating Rykard. This S-tier weapon is tied to the character Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy. His hunger for power led him to become an entity so corrupted that his need for power became unappeasable. The Blasphemous Blade contains the power of Rykard, granting it the ability to suck the life out of the enemies it slays. This passive healing effect is a total game changer for prolonged battles, where you can't solely rely on health flasks. There's also the powerful weapon art, Taker's Flames, which unleashes a devastating wave of fire, dealing significant damage to all enemies in its path. The wide area of effect allows for perfect handling of grouped up enemies and single target foes, making it quite a versatile weapon. In addition to its healing and powerful weapon art, the Blasphemous Blade has an incredible attack rating. Its combined fire and physical damage output provides a safe and reliable method to deal consistent damage. It can be infused and buffed to enhance the damage output. Whether you decide to buff its fire or physical damage, its adaptability makes it suitable for various builds and playstyles. Crucial for any of the unknowns the DLC is going to throw at us. Pair it with some fire or healing enhancing talismans, and watch your foes fall to your blasphemous wrath. Rivers of Blood. Rivers of Blood scales with a strength score of E, a dexterity score of B, and an arcane score of D, making this weapon a suitable choice for players interested in agility and damage output. You can get this weapon by defeating Bloodyfinger Okina near the Church of Repose in the eastern region of the mountaintops of the Giants. I know, this weapon gets recommended a lot, but hear me out after some lore drop. The Rivers of Blood katana is associated with the character Bloodyfinger Okina, a once renowned swordsman who went mad from bloodlust. The sword reflects its blood-stained history with the ability to inflict an immense amount of bleed to enemies. Despite From Software nerfing this weapon, it still remains an incredible choice due to its weapon art Corpse Piler, which unleashes a flurry of slashes and slices that deal both physical and fire damage. Rivers of Blood's standout feature though is its ability to inflict blood loss. Blood loss accumulates until it hits a breaking point, causing massive blood loss and plummeting enemy health in one massive chunk. This katana also has great attack speed with quick slashing attacks and a long reach, allowing you to keep your distance between attacks and dodges, all while building up that blood loss. If you want extra damage output, you can dual wield Rivers of Blood with another bleed-inducing weapon to stack up the damage even further. The Dark Moon Greatsword. The Dark Moon Greatsword scales with a strength of D, a dexterity of D, and an intelligence score of B. This weapon scales mostly with intelligence, making it a no-brainer for mage builds. You can acquire this weapon below the Cathedral of Manicelis after giving Rani the Dark Moon Ring, which is obtained by completing Rani's questline. The Dark Moon Greatsword is a mythical weapon tied to the Carian royal family and the moon goddess Rani. This sword has appeared several times in other From Software games under different names, but it has always shared a connection to the moon and powerful sorcery. In Elden Ring though, the Dark Moon Greatsword represents the link of celestial and mystical forces, reflecting the revered and ancient traditions of the Carian lineage. It offers an incredible blend of melee and magical powers, making it great for both up close and ranged combat. Its weapon art, Moonlight Greatsword, channels magical energy into the length of the blade and releases a wave of frost damage, and its regular attacks also inflict frost damage. Similar to blood loss, frost stacks as you attack, with the added bonus of slowing enemies as well, providing you with a tactical advantage in long drawn-out battles. Its high scaling ensures suppressing damage output and sweet synergy between spells and other abilities. The Dark Moon Greatsword can also be infused with buffs to enhance status effects. This makes for a versatile tool for applying multiple debuffs to your enemies. If you're doing a mage build, you would be silly not to take the Dark Moon Greatsword on the journey with you into Shadow of the Erdtree. The Giant Crusher. The Giant Crusher scales with a strength score of A and dexterity score of E. This weapon scales primarily with strength, making it an excellent choice for strength-focused builds. Me go bonk, me scale strong, me crush enemy, me big brain, me beat game, me bonk more. Me found this in chest outside capital. Mogwyn's Sacred Spear. With a strength score of C, a dexterity score of D, and an arcane score of C, maximizing the arcane stat of this build is vital for its success. You can acquire this weapon by trading the Remembrance of the Bloodlord with Enya at Round Table Hold. Mogwyn's Sacred Spear comes from Mog, the Lord of Blood. The spear is a manifestation of blood rituals and communion with the outer god associated with blood, and is designed to perform blood-based attacks that reflect mastery of blood magic and the desire to establish dominion through sacrificial rituals. Mogwyn's Sacred Spear deals both fire and bleed damage, making it super effective against a wide range of enemies. Fire damage provides high consistent damage output, and bleeding provides damage over time, causing a dual damage effect. The spear's long reach allows you to maintain a safer distance from foes while still dealing a significant amount of damage, which is particularly useful against bosses in crowded scenarios where your position and spacing are crucial. The spear's weapon art, the Bloodborne Ritual, is a standout that activates a series of blood explosions dealing massive AoE damage and applying bleed build-up to anything caught in it. The arcane scaling this weapon is off the charts, allowing it to deal more bleed build-up and damage. Grouped with some fire and blood talisman buffs, you'll have a weapon worthy of the blood god himself. And there you have it, 5 weapons that will make your journey across the lands between easy. Well, not easy. This is a From Software game, but maybe less impossible? Maybe. And don't worry, Shadow the Erdtree will undoubtedly bring with it a whole bunch of new weapons and builds, so make sure you're subscribed for our Shadow of the Erdtree recommendations once we've had some time to explore. Good luck on your quest, Tarnished. You're going to need it.